it is good to know that the UN has actually decided to get involved with the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Remember that Nnamdi Kanu has been in custody of, the DSS for months now, and he was actually given an opportunity to present his case about a week or more ago, and that also have not really settled the issue. But everyone has been expecting. There have been a lot of support from some Southeast politicians and also Southeast residents who have actually tried their best to ensure that, the Biafran or the IPOB leader gets his freedom. But now that UN is involved, what are we to expect? What have they actually done that we think that could bring about a release for the IPOB leader? Well, we'll find out more in this very report. But please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you can get updated anytime we drop a new video. All right, guys, without further ado, let us get right into the details of this report. Yes, the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra is currently in detention at the facility of the Department of State Security, DSS, as he is facing a 7-count charge slammed on him by the federal government. Recall that he was initially facing trial in Nigeria before he jumped bail in 2017 and fled abroad. However, the United Nations, through the Committee Against Torture and the UN Human Rights Committee, have involved itself in the trial of Nnamdi Kanu as it reacts to the information United Nations received from some sources on the allegations of enforced disappearance, arbitrary detention, torture, and ill treatment of Nnamdi Kanu. Hence, the United Nations have made 4 explicit human rights requests to the federal government of Nigeria. One, they say that the federal government should explain the initial steps it took to safeguard the rights of Kanu in compliance with the international instruments. And also, he said, number 2, that the federal government should provide detailed information with regards to the current state of health of Nnamdi Kanu while he is still in detention. And number 3, the federal government should provide detailed information how Nnamdi Kanu was extradited to Nigeria. And number 4, it said that the federal government should ensure that Nnamdi Kanu has access to medical facilities required for his health conditions. Well, it is good to understand that these 4 requests made by the United Nations through the Committee Against Torture and UN Human Rights Committee are based on the fundamental human rights of Nnamdi Kanu. The United Nations is taking adequate measures to ensure that the fundamental human rights of Nnamdi Kanu are respected despite he is in detention. Hence, it is good that the federal government, as a member of the United Nations, to provide this information so that Nigeria as a country should or would continue to be seen as a nation that upholds the fundamental human rights of all individuals. Well, we all know that there are no respect for fundamental human rights here in Nigeria. That is why you see people being brutalized here and there, because the last time this actually happened was about a few days ago when Nigerians were actually celebrating, or rather when Nigerians were actually mourning, the loss of the young Nigerians who lost their lives at the Lekki toll gate on the 20th of October. On that same day, if you watch some of this clip that was sent online, you see how police were actually brutalizing a lot of Nigerians because they came for a memorial of that event, and you can imagine how they were ill-treated by security operatives, and you can just see how people's rights are being taken away from them. And imagine none of them could even really do anything about it, because in a country like Nigeria, human rights violation is an everyday thing without respect. They keep doing this here and there. So really, it is nothing to them, especially to the security operatives. They just believe that they are the alpha and Omega. So they really do not listen to anybody. They do things the way they want. They don't care how you feel. They don't care what you're thinking. Because if you still watch that clip, you see how they threw this young man in at the back of a van. He was even holding his phone and his car key, trying to explain to them that, hey, we have not come here to do anything bad. We have only come for a memorial just to celebrate these people there because they are heroes who stood up for, what was right at that point in time. But these guys were not ready to listen. They were just consumed in their power at that time. And you can see how they did a lot of terrible things to this guy. And even also some journalists were also beaten and thrown at the back of their van and all of that. So talking about human right violation is something that happens on a daily basis in Nigeria. That is my point. So even when UN is requesting that, the fundamental rights of this guy should not be trampled upon here and there, for the fact that this guy is still in Nigeria, I can bet you Nigerians or Nigeria government do not respect all of those things. They don't have a single respect for human life. They don't have respect for even the law. So you can imagine who they really want to give that respect to. So definitely these guys are up to something, and I hope they will not really have their way. But even the UN, I hope that it will not end up how it ended up with the NSAS protest. They were like, okay, give us evidence, we'll also investigate. At the end of the day, there was nothing that really came out of it. And here it is over 1 year now. So you can imagine how this is going to continue. A lot of young Nigerians have faced a lot of brutality from these security operatives and so on and so forth. Even in the presence of this policeman, in the presence of anyone, you can definitely not even be able to express yourself. So you can see that they've taken away the confidence, they've taken away the rights of Nigerians just because of their selfish interest. So really, I don't see anything wrong in UN actually saying all of this, that these fundamental human rights should actually be given to him. He must be treated well. His health must be in good condition. Well, that is if he says that Nnamdi Kanu is still alive, because these guys are very, very desperate. They could go as far as killing him and saying that perhaps he committed suicide, or maybe something happened in between. Well, I believe it should be very well closed mark. Otherwise, it will be something else that we will be hearing at the end of the day. So, my dear people, you've heard it all. Thank you so much. If you have anything to add to this, please drop it in the comment section. We also read from here. And also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.